Channel. Good evening for the YouTube pipe community. Red Wolf Piping with you. I'm just out here in the afternoon. Gonna enjoy a nice little smoke tonight. It's pretty decent out. It's warm weather. No rain today, so that's good. Today I will be having my vintage Meerschaum. Uh, this is the oldest pipe that I have in my collection. It was dated to 1840s, 1844, something like that. And some say it's a block meerschaum, but others say that it is a pressed meerschaum. And I'm not sure which, but as you see, it has colored nicely over the years it's been around. It's not the original stem that goes with it, but I like the cherry wood look, so I keep it. And tonight, we're gonna have a nice little blend of Black Cavendish, perfect for the evening. Oh, and I also have a nice little drink of orange juice with white rum. Eventually, I'll get a nicer setup, maybe a tripod. I don't know. We'll see. Oh yeah, while I was out splitting wood the other day, I came across this little stick, and it's perfect. It's a little blunt end with like a little pick at the top, and it's perfect for using as a tamp or to pick the pipe. It's perfect length for any size pipe. So I kept that, and it's been pretty good. It's a strong little stick. It really does clean the carbon cake off. Might have to end up going to the doctor's though, because I believe that I had torn something in my knee, because it pops so often, and it is really bad pain. And I would say probably for a meerschaum this size, you'd probably get at least an hour, maybe a little more of a smoke. And I'm going to do a nice shout out today for the Sultan of Silver, who is a very, very well-to-do pipe smoker in the community, George Bruno. I believe I pronounced his name right, but I always refer to him as the Silver Sultan. He's very informative in the pipe community. So today I've just been off of my feet today most of the day. Hopefully that my leg or my knee can heal. As every time it pops, it is excruciating pain. I know my channel is not too, or it's not big period, but that's alright. I'm not looking for it to really grow at all any. I'm just putting out these videos every often as I can. Maybe I'll get some feedback sometime from people. Yeah, today is a pretty nice dry day today. The past couple days it's been nothing but rain. Not much around has been going on around here as of lately. I did bring in a little bit more firewood for our campfire over here. Got a nice amount of cherry wood, a little bit of sweet gum, and some nice dark oak. And again, to those of you that are out here that have joined, Red Wolf Piping is saying hello. As the Sultan of Silver has said, that for those that do have beards, for pipe smokers, it's really nice because the smoke does impart into your beard and it does leave a nice lingering after smell. There's this one pipe that I'm looking at hopefully getting soon. It's on eBay, and we'll see what happens. The pipe, it's claimed to fame by a very famous, well-to-do actor named Lee Van Cleef. And a little bit of funny information about Mr. Lee Van Cleef. He was a born and bred native here in New Jersey. Believe it or not, the southern central part of New Jersey. He grew up as a farmer in the Garden State here. But because of his distinct features, movie people caught on to him, and he became a movie person after that. For those that have ever read the weird books, like Weird New Jersey, Weird Pennsylvania, etc., etc., they do tell a story of the Cleef family here in Jersey, and it's odd because the Cleef family, they were not tall at all. They were actually very small, almost Munchkin-like, and they actually they were very odd, to say the least. They were almost a pure albino with hair literally covering all of them. And for some reason, Lee did not get that trait passed on to him. The only trait that he acquired was 2 yellow eyes, which was a huge trait of the Cleef family. But to correct that in the movies, he used contacts. He was the only Cleef that did not have the small trait. That's a little bit of New Jersey, a little bit of weird New Jersey, I should say. And if I remember, that meerschaum that he smoked, I believe it was in a fistful of dollars. Don't get me wrong. You can say in the comments what movie that was from, that he used that yellow meerschaum. And pipe smoking is just so enjoyable. You can just sit back, relax, light it up, and just puff away at your pleasure. Sometimes you can also have a nice good book in front of you, or you can also be watching YouTube, other pipers out there in the community. My specialty, though, is looking at collections of lawn boy mowers. Each lawn boy is quite unique because they were actually built to last, even though a lot of them didn't last too long. Lawn Boy was a division of the Outboard Marine Corporation, which made the Evinrude and the Johnson two-stroke boat motors back in the, I want to say, the early 50s is when it came about. Mr. Evinrude is the one that started it all, because he wanted to go see his girlfriend across the lake and he couldn't swim, and he was tired of using oars to go across, so he devised a little simple engine that was a two-stroke engine he put on the back of his little boat, and he patented that engine, and eventually it became Outboard Marine Corporation. They had a large division. They built many, many boat motors. It was OMC Plant 1. That was the outboard division of their service. And then they had a Plant 2 that specifically made lawnmowers, specifically Lawn Boys and the Ryan type lawnmowers. Now the Ryans, they were a four-stroke engine using a Briggs and Stratton engine. Yeah, that's that little bit of tidbit is wearing off to me from the grease, or the those knuckleheads down there who work on lawnmowers. The Grass Rat Garage is what it's known as, with this guy named Terrell and a few others. For those of you who want us to check that out, go check out his YouTube. It's called Terrell Fixes All. And he does a lot of interesting and funny comedy skits, but he is a professional small engine mechanic. And his favorite word that he likes to use is muffkin, which is his way of referring to the muffler on small engines. Now getting back to the OMC story, it was back in 1988-89 is when Toro had bought the OMC division line of Lawn Boys, and the Lawn Boy tradition is still around today. It is still called Lawn Boy, but it is now a division of Toro. And sad to say that it's basically their Lawn Boys are nothing but a glorified Toro recycler with a four-stroke engine on it, and a very poor quality lightweight steel stamped deck, which absolutely does not last like these original Outboard Marine Corporation mowers would have lasted. Because some of these Lawn Boys that are out there today, some of them date back all the way to the late 50s, early 60s. People collect them, and they run like they're top. They're very easy to service. Some of them are harder to get parts for than others, but there's a whole community out there dedicated specifically for these lawn mowers. So you can almost always get a part. Toro still makes parts for these mowers. You can also find them parts on partstree.com. And they're just a very fun mower to use. Probably back when you were a kid, your dad or a relative probably used a Lawn Boy, and you probably remember the smell of a two-stroke cycle mix while cutting the grass, or one of your family members cutting grass, and just that smell of gasoline and oil smoke. Maybe someday I'll do what Terrell does and read a couple of the original Lawn Boy service bulletins. I got a huge collection of them from a recent Lawn Boy purchase that I had. Well, it wasn't a purchase. These two Lawn Boys were given to me. along with this very vintage shop manual. And one of the service bulletins dates back to 1967, 68. So that's probably how far back the book goes, and it goes all the way up until 55 to 56. And even I have a small Lawn Boy collection. There's some in the Lawn Boy community that have dozens and dozens of Lawn Boys, just like in the pipe community, where you have dozens and dozens of people that have dozens and dozens of tobacco pipes in their house. So it's a very versatile hobby. People like lawn boys, people like pipe smoking. So it's a very fun thing, and I kind of combine the two. Once in a while, when I'm running my mower, I'll usually use my small meerschaum here to cut the grass with, and almost always I am out there with my vintage dealer's hat that says Lawn Boy right on the front of it. And that hat is from the 1970s. It's one of the earlier dealer hats. Very, very hard to get a hold of. I paid quite a bit of money for that hat. Alright, Red Wolf Piping is signing off. Everybody have a good day.